very soon learned that this is exactly what's happening in other major cities across Ukraine, both in the east, in Kharkiv, in the south, in Odessa. And we read the statement by Vladimir Putin that he decided to invade Ukraine.
What is Kiev like today? Can you describe what you've seen in the city?
Yeah, Marco, it's very chaotic. I think a lot of people started panicking. They started leaving Kyiv, and basically the main roads leading to the highway which goes west, that's where, all the safety should be. So everybody started going west. I went there to check it out. There were thousands, if not tens of thousands of cars on a three-lane road. They were barely moving, and I think these cars, this congestion of traffic is still there. I was there early in the morning around 10 a.m. I think, some 5 or 7 hours later, the congestion when I check in Google Maps is still there. I'm actually planning to leave Kyiv myself, so I'm checking the best routes to get out. But a lot of people started driving out of the city. I also went to the train station because I was considering train as one of the options of leaving Kyiv, and I actually managed to buy tickets for tonight. Everything was sold out during the day. There were only tickets available for the night trains. I did buy this ticket. I came to the train station to check it out, and I found out that all of the trains were canceled. They were still receiving incoming trains, but no departing trains. And as of right now, I still don't know if these trains will be operating.
Yeah, reports suggest that the trains arriving in Poland are just packed with Ukrainians. Where are you planning to go?
I'm planning to go to the west, to Lviv. That's where I'm originally from, and that's where my family lives. So I'm hoping to spend at least a couple of days, if not weeks, there to see how the situation develops here in Kyiv.
Is there confusion for people in Kiev about where to go? Because some reports suggest Western Ukraine is not that safe, where you're headed, and could get worse.
We did see the aerial bombardments of the objects of infrastructure in Western Ukraine, but I don't think there was confusion earlier today in the morning in the minds of people, because when I went there to this highway leading west, people were driving west, people were walking with their suitcases, apparently not having any transportation booked or in mind. They were just walking there in hopes of getting either on a bus or getting a hike, a ride. They were simply trying to get out of Kyiv in the western direction.
What about people who don't have the means to get out of Kiev, either resources or their health, and they have to stay in place? What are their options?
Subway stations. When I was commuting back and forth around Kyiv today, I saw lots of people with their luggage just sitting in the subway station waiting for something. Others people are just hunkered down in their homes.
Are people taking up arms, Volodymyr, and is the government equipping citizens with weapons?
Yes, they are, and the government actually has announced that if people want to join these so-called territorial defense units, which are basically the military units but for civilians, they can go and list just with their passport. In the early days, at least a few weeks ago, you had to provide a whole list of documents, go through an interview process. Now they said if you're willing to fight, if you're willing to take weapons in your hands, just bring passport, we'll give you a weapon, and we'll send you fighting. Marco, there is another amazing thing which I saw today. As soon as this fighting between Ukrainian military and Russian soldiers started, some of the news media shared information that Kyiv hospitals are in need of blood donations, and immediately there were lines of people waiting to donate blood here in Kyiv.
If people stay in Kiev, is there a sense that means they will either have to fight or shelter in place in a bunker? I mean, can you talk about how people are thinking about that decision?
Well, I think the choice is very obvious. Unless they want to go and fight, take weapons, they have to stay in their apartments. They have to stay in their houses. Hopefully, they will have enough food and water supplies. Because today in the morning, another example, when everything started and I went out early in the morning, there were huge lines to the grocery stores to get in and get some food. There were lines at the ATMs to take out cash. Some of the credit cards, they're not working. So these people who are staying in Kyiv and who are not fighting, they need to be prepared that they might be staying here for prolonged periods of time with little or no access to food or water, or even with blackout.
I mean, this intensity must be so difficult to process right